Well, heck, Bob. This is just
Did
your
you find that on
everyday
the
average
street?
water phone.
Ah.
This is a kind of a rare instrument made by a guy in California. It was made in the 70s. I actually got this particular one from Mick Fleetwood, who was the drummer of Fleetwood Mac.
Heard of them.
And he was having an auction. I used to live in Los Angeles. He was having an auction of some stuff that he collected over the years, probably because he had a large balloon house payment or something. No. That he was just getting rid of some storage areas, and I bought this from him.
Is there, in fact, actual water in that?
No, the man's name was Richard Water,
Oh.
but you can put water in it, and actually it might have been water.
And you were bowing it. Water phones could they be a percussion
Richard
instrument?
Waters. Yeah, sorry about that. What's
Richard,
that?
Richard Waters? No. And you bow that, or can you strike it, or what?
You can strike it
Play it.
or bow it, and you can fill it with water, and it bends
okay
the
if we play?
notes around.
Just give us a note.
This is the theme to Night Court. I hit a wrong note.
Later in the show, we'll give you another chance to, to try the theme from
sorry.
Night Court. Or we could start a new show. And have a
Right, we'll
theme.
do that.
Okay.
Start a new show.
How is it that, and I was hoping that we'd start off with that tune, only because I think it's sort of a point of focus for lots of people who don't know who you are, and there are many still, but know that song. At least most of us know that song. One of the band members is going to have to fess up because, Mr. Ethan, what year was it when you first heard the Nirvana song?
Yeah, I just heard that song recently, which is, a little surprising considering the fact when it was, so big I was about 19 years old.
That's when most people
So,
would have heard
it was sort of the heart of when you might want to know about that song.
What were you doing?
Well, I was just being myself in a deep, dark cave in South Dakota.
Playing piano, I assume?
Well, no, actually, I was working on the unified field theory at that time. And, I was 30 stories below the surface. And I spent, approximately 8 years, with only artificial light. And,
Reed, has he
then
come
I came
up
out
to the 20th for you? Where's...
He's getting there. They let him out every now and then.
So
To tour with us, he gets a special pass, but he has to be back by midnight.
So who played that Nirvana song for the man with the handkerchief?
Well, we played it for him.
And did you play the record or the CD?
Yeah, we
or
put the
whatever?
CD on.
and I liked it right away.
Oh, good. That's good.
I could
There's
tell.
hope.
I could see why it was a hit.
Yeah. And so how do you take that idea, which is so much guitar based piece, and turn that into what you all did? I'll start with the person who had the most challenging thing to do, because you didn't know
Well,
it.
it's a great melody, and the harmony in it is just as suitable for improvisation as, a Cole Porter classic. So
Is there a lot of fifths or something
yes,
in it?
there's a lot of fifths in it. That's actually
And
seemed
explain
to
what
be-
that means to somebody who...
the interval of a fifth is, it's something that it has an open sound. The all bells are sort of tuned in fifths.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a direct sound, but it's also a very guitaristic sound. And most Nirvana music actually is in fifths, as is a lot of music of the world. But I do certainly honor, Reed and I together certainly honor the fifths in our rendition.
And how do you attack that opening bass line? How well does that follow the original in the song, and where do you go with it?
That basically follows the tune.
So you're holding it together.
I'm
'Cause
kind
these
of
guys-
I'm letting them roam free around me, but also trying to trip them up as well. What we try to do with that tune is not to round off the rough edges, but we try to play it with the same kind of raw energy as the original, just with a different instrumentation.
Yeah. And do you play it differently every night that you would play it?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the pieces that can really vary from night to night. Actually, that piece.
And what would make it vary? Would it be you've been in the bus too long with one another, or
Yeah, a night of
Hanging
no
out.
sleep might do it.
like
It
last?
would be almost like we drove from Connecticut all night to Washington, D.C., and then got here at 7 in the morning.
right, just like today.
And
Yeah,
have been going since.
So
That added
that
a little
could do
bit.
it.
That could do something.
set you
to
right
it.
off.
Yeah.
You chose as a trio to be a trio first off, and let me get this straight that you two knew each other from Reed and Dave knew each other from way back when. Yes, how way back and how when?
Well, we were 14 years old,
Wow.
so
Did you
we're
play music in
17
the
now,
house
so
of
3 years.
Yeah, we met through music.
Uh-huh.
I went over to his place to try out a bass amp. I was playing electric bass, and
Was he trying to sell you a bass amp?
No,
I forget
my
who-
brother was.
his
I see.
brother. It was yeah. It's not.
My
talking
brother
about
was
it.
trying to sell a lot of stuff back then.
Water phones, I take it.
No.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I just showed up, and I knew of him. I don't think he knew of me, but I was.
did you know of him as a drummer?
Oh yeah, I was in
Oh.
awe of Dave because Dave was the
Oh.
greatest drummer
In what
in-
city?
in Golden Valley, Minnesota.
Uh-huh.